Hi, everybody. Um, I had a few topics in mind that I thought we could begin with, or if someone has something they wanted to talk about before we begin, feel free to chime in as well. But does anyone have anything they want to share real quick, or would they like to hear the discussion questions first? Okay, I guess we could go on, start with the discussion questions. So, first of all, a little bit of background on me. I'm 18 years old and I'm a senior in high school. So, this time specifically, especially this month, is the time where people my age across the nation and actually across the world are applying to colleges and actually hearing back from colleges. So, the news they receive in this month will probably affect the next 4 years of their life, and it can be very stress inducing. So I want to ask you guys, sort of from your life experiences, how do you deal with stress, or how have you found that the best way to deal with stress is? And if nobody has anything they want to share immediately, I can sort of share. Oh, yes, Marco, please go ahead.
I still cannot deal with stress. Never have been.
Oh, no. But yeah, so definitely it can be hard, I think. And here, how about this? I'll share sort of what I tend to do, and maybe someone can bridge onto that, or maybe offer up their own ideas. So one of the
Somebody's talking in the.
oh yeah, oh,
Somebody
I think
needs to be
Charlene's on the
muted.
call. Maybe we can. Okay, I think we can mute her for now. Just to yeah, I think she was on the call earlier. She said something about having to call someone. I think so. Okay. Um. Yeah. So anyway, maybe I'll share sort of how I tend to deal with it first, and then maybe if anyone has something they want to add on, then we can go from there. So, uh, yeah. School can be stressful, but one of the biggest ways I found is I do this thing called a stress roll, when what I do is whenever I'm feeling down or when I'm just like I can't handle this is too much, I go over to my parents' room and they have this gray mattress on the floor, and what I do is I just stretch my arms out like this and just flop onto it and start rolling around all over their mattress, making a mess out of it. And what my parents usually do at that point is they look over and go like, what on earth are you doing? And then it just like strikes up a conversation, and they're like, oh, how was your day? And just having that little moment of connection is kind of big for me. So that's, and I know it sounds pretty silly and it sounds kind of odd, not gonna lie, but that's what I tend to do, and it seems to work out well. And my second coping mechanism is I drink these sparkling waters. It's called San Pellegrino. I'm not sure if any of you had them before, but I found that sparkling water is just like, it's a good way because like I feel like the carbonation kind of wakes you up. So if you're ever feeling like sleepy or stressed out, it's just like a good kick in the morning, I guess, to get you up. But I also see we have a newcomer to the show. So hello there, welcome, welcome. Good to see you.
Hi, it's Kevin on
Oh,
the phone.
Kevin. Hi, Kevin. It's June.
Hi, June. How are you? Yeah,
Good. How
a
are
couple
you?
minutes late. I was wishing my sister a happy birthday. She's
Oh,
80
very good.
today,
Oh, very
so I was on the
nice.
phone for a bit.
No, congratulations to her.
Congrats.
Yeah. I was having I have a computer, but I'm having a little issue with it, so it's better on the phone right now. Eventually, I'll be on the computer at some point, in the future,
Awesome.
but so I'm
Awesome.
on the phone right now. Are you recording this?
Yeah. So actually we were in the middle of a
Okay.
conversation. So we were talking about how do you tend to deal with stress. So I shared some of the ways I tend to do it. Would you have something you wanted to add on to that?
Well, perhaps it's just entering my mind right now.
Mhm.
I mean, if it depends on the degree of stress. If it's an instant stressful thing, I like to take a deep breath, and try to survey the situation,
Mhm.
take a step back.
Mhm.
But that's just the initial. If it's ongoing stress, I try to mentally, I mentally talk myself into saying, what's the worst that can happen?
Mm-hmm.
Or how really how bad is this? It's not that bad. There are solutions.
Mm-hmm.
There's adjustments. I try to look at the bright side if there is a bright side.
Mm-hmm.
Those type of things. And then drinking water, eating, I think eating and drinking, not booze, but, consuming food and drink can help comfort you so you're less stressful. Things like that.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And speaking of which, you mentioned food. My sort of go-to comfort meal is chicken fried rice. So that's sort of like my favorite meal of all time. And there's this really good restaurant called Jing Jing, which is close to my house. So every time there's like a big achievement in the family or we're all just feeling a bit down, that's another place we go to. And yeah, but do you guys have any comfort foods or anything you just really, really like to eat?
Rocky Road ice cream.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Or, for a meal, cheese enchiladas with onions, garlic pizza.
Oh,
there's
wow.
a whole bunch of things.
Yeah. Yeah. Linda, Marco, what are your guys' favorite foods or drinks, if you have any, of course? Or Don, you as well.
I like fizzy drinks.
Oh, I see we have another fizzy drink member. Nice. What is that drink right beside you? Could I take a look real quick?
It's a Safeway Signature Select Ice is key
Oh,
lime flavor.
would you recommend it? Do you like it?
No, I gotta drink a lot of them.
Okay, I'll have to check it out sometime. But yeah.
What's the flavor today?
Key lime.
Oh, key lime. Yeah.
Linda, Don, or Charlena, do you guys have any favorite drinks or foods in mind?
Oh, sugar and coffee.
Oh. What about
I've
you?
been-
Oh, sorry. Please go ahead.
I've been eating a lot of peanut M&Ms
Ooh.
over the pandemic. That's been my pills are peanut M&Ms.
Very
I'm popping
nice.
them all the time.
Wow. What about you, Cheryl? Do you happen to have a favorite food that you just like go to for comfort that you really like? Anything that comes to mind?
I'm a chocolate person.
Oh,
Chocolate, so yeah, anything chocolate
nice.
is always good.
Mhm.
Stressed or not, it's just always good.
Yeah.
It's something that's always pleasing. I
Okay.
think over the pandemic, I've been making atole. I don't know if anybody's
Oh.
familiar with that. It's a Mexican drink.
Mhm.
A lot of different versions. The version I do is with oats, so it's just milk and oats and water and cinnamon and sugar. You blend it, so it's kind of like a horchata,
Oh.
but rather than rice, I use this one's with oats, and there are a lot of different versions.
Awesome. Very nice.
I have a weakness for like sweet cinnamon drinks.
I gotta ask you this. So I have this huge argument with my mom over dark chocolate or regular chocolate. So my mom is an absolute sucker for dark chocolate, and that's like the only type of chocolate she'll eat. But meanwhile, I'm the complete opposite. I hate dark chocolate. I prefer my Hershey's milk chocolate. So, what is your opinion? What side are you on? Would you say? Bit of both.
Is that a group question?
Yeah, group question.
I like milk chocolate.
Okay.
Kevin likes milk chocolate. Prefers milk chocolate.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm with you right there.
I prefer dark chocolate by far.
Okay.
Yes, me too. Except for traditional things like Kit Kats and
Yes.
M&Ms.
Yes.
They taste weird when they're made with dark chocolate.
Yeah, definitely. Because we've all grown used to like the traditional taste, right? So it kind of feels weird if it's like dark chocolate all of a sudden. Yeah. Awesome.
I've heard that dark chocolate is better for you, healthier.
Yes.
I've heard that.
Definitely. Yeah. honestly, that's sort of the reason why my mom prefers it too. She's one of those like gotta eat healthy, those types of people. So, yeah, awesome.
I love both. I would not turn down either
Right.
ever. But dark is. I mean, I like the bitterness of dark. It's more
Yeah.
chocolatey.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
if
I mean,
given the choice,
yeah.
I'd take dark. Would never turn down milk.
Right.
though.
Chocolate is chocolate. No matter what it is, chocolate is chocolate. And free chocolate is the best type of chocolate. That's my personal opinion, but yeah. Okay, so that was I guess that was a stress topic. It kind of turned into a food topic as well, but yeah, if no one else has anything to add on to that, then I guess we could move on to the next topic. So, like I mentioned earlier, for people my age, this is like the biggest time of their life so far, where they're deciding on colleges and that kind of stuff. So, I wanted to ask you guys if you could reminisce to your college years, if you did attend college. What was like the biggest takeaway, or what were like the biggest tips you would have for some people like me who have no idea what we're getting into, pretty much this big new college world?
Are you still
Well,
applying?
Kevin, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Linda.
I was just going to ask if you're still applying or just waiting to hear.
Oh, waiting, pretty much. So actually, a lot of us have already received our decisions, and there's like a few colleges here and there that are still haven't released their decisions yet. So at this point, it's just like a choosing game, or yeah. So if you guys like, if I could ask, sort of, if you went to college, sort of, how did you decide on which college to go to or what to study in college?
You have to set your goal. See what kind of you want to be somebody, or want to be just want to be yourself, or want to be your goal want to earn money, or your goal want to satisfy your need.
Mm-hmm.
And important your goal,
Mm-hmm.
and then so for college, it's like a choice to study. Mainly is on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher is helping you, but you have to work hard on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do the study, research,
Mm-hmm.
or keep your own study.
Right.
Because the work or school, the daily life is very school for you too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, and I like what you said, because I think I've seen this with a lot of my friends. Sort of, there's this big difference between trying to like go to a college or choosing what to study that will make you a lot of money versus choosing a college or a study that will make you happy, that will allow you to fulfill your own dreams and desires. So that there's sort of that balance, I guess, that a lot of people my age are struggling with. But yeah. Does anyone else want to add anything into anything about
I went to the same major. My father was as a bookkeeper. I
Mm-hmm.
took accounting because I've been brought up in this neighborhood where everything's business oriented. We're working class people work here.
Mm-hmm.
So I got used to the idea of becoming an accountant
Mm-hmm.
from my father.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have any?
I was brought up to be an accountant. I'm trying to tell you that. Yeah.
Do you have any tips, Don? Do you have any tips for college, or if you had to go through the college experience?
There's public colleges and there's private colleges.
Mm-hmm.
I took private. I first was in a public college,
Mm-hmm.
but I found that there's many people there.
Mm-hmm.
You get no attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's your own. You're self-sufficient. You got to work on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Where in private education, you get a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers teach you well,
Mm-hmm.
and you learn more. I learned more that way
Oh, nice.
from
I see.
a private college.
I see. Very cool. What did you say you went again? Was it UCID or?
No, I went to Berkeley first. I didn't like it
Oh,
there. So I went
okay.
to Golden Gate.
Oh, nice.
I
Okay.
found Golden Gate a lot more friendlier and a lot more personal.
I see. Very cool. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very good business college.
I'm sorry?
It's a very good business college.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They all recruit from that college.
Oh, I see. I
These
see.
big companies.
Very cool. Awesome. Anyone else want to share anything or?
Well, I didn't go. I went to Kevin here. I went to City College night class for a bit, but so I can't really speak to it other than a general thought that if you take the time to go to college, you should take it very seriously and try to get the most out of it.
Definitely.
If a person's going just to party or skate through it or something, they're wasting their time, you know. That's all. I think you should take it serious and take advantage and try to do something you're interested in, you know. I wouldn't look at the money so much. Somebody said, you've probably heard this, that do what you like to do and the money will come later. It'll just come if you're doing what you like, you know, something like that. So I think probably the most important thing is to study what you like, if you know what it is, or what you might be good at, you know. So those are my thoughts.
Nice, very cool. Oh, this is actually a personal question that I'm just curious about. So, nowadays, like, a very, very large portion of my friends are majoring in computer science for when they go off to college, and I'm actually looking at computer science as well to study in. But I know that's sort of like kind of like a newer major. So I know like back in the day they probably didn't have computer science majors, or if they did, they were not as big as they are today. Did they have computer science majors back then? Do you guys know, or what was it like?
Sure.
Not that popular.
Yeah.
Early age, I mean, when it was 1970, that time, the computer just, they had people study too, but they mainly do the engineering, mechanical, electricity, engineering, or some people, the medical field, they do the biology or the science.
Right, I see.
But computer, they do have people major in computer, but kind of not that. This time maybe not that popular yet.
Right.
But, so I didn't know the computer when I was young too. No, I didn't learn it all in high school.
I see. Yeah, it seems a lot different than today because, like you said, I'm guessing that back in the day they're probably like more focused on like more worldly majors, like maybe like math, physics, biology, business. And nowadays, there still exists that, but computer science seems to be kind of booming right now. So I was just curious about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have something to say about that.
Go ahead.
When I was in college, I graduated in 1960. So about 1958, one of my friends had to declare a major, and she was deciding between history and math. And she finally decided to go into math, and she ended up being one of the first people I ever heard of who got into computers and computer programming right at the outset. She went to work for GE, and they recruited her into a training program.
Wow.
And one of my other friends, she just mentioned this recently, when she was about a junior in college, suddenly they were recruiting women for a business program, and she decided to go for that, and she became, I guess she worked for Pratt and Whitney, but I don't think she was so much in computers. But the other one was just sort of fell into being one of the trailblazers in the computer world, just because she decided on math instead of history. Wow. So. Anyway, it was right around 1960 that started to take off, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting time, I think, because like it honestly changed our world. Like it's completely different, and I think it's very fascinating to like be such an early adopter and to like sort of like lead the way. I think that's incredibly awesome. Just for lack of words, but yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay.
Well, but I was an English major, so
Oh.
I missed the boat.
Yeah.
English is very important too for the education, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so, but anyway. Okay, next.
Awesome.
Hey, June,
Yep. Hi, Marco.
do you have computer classes in your high school?
Yes, we actually have a lot of computer classes in our high school. So the interesting thing about our high school is it's almost as if everyone in the school like revolves around computers. So we my school current high school is Palo Alto High School, and like we're sort of in the middle of that Silicon Valley boom, and a lot of the parents of my friends are in the technology business, and because of that they're really interested in technology. And the thing is there's like a lot of very influential technology people very close by. So like my friends actually, they like bump into Mark Zuckerberg like at the Starbucks that's like near us. Like I don't know if you guys know him, he created Facebook, but literally there's this restaurant called Zareen's, I think, that's like a street away, and they just run into him on a Friday evening frequently. Or there's this pho restaurant that's like near Mountain View, I think, they just like bump into him. So I feel like for my generation, we're sort of like been thrust into the technology world. So because of that, in our schools, we also have a bunch of computer science classes. So I actually took an AP computer science course my sophomore year of high school, and that was just pure programming. Like it teaches you how to code and all that stuff. So that was very interesting. And yeah, like I feel like I've been thrust into the computer world as well, so I'm very hooked on that. But yeah,
Yeah.
great question. Thank you so much for asking.
Yeah, interesting.